Hello everybody and welcome to this pick a card reading video. Oh, I messed up, but I'm gonna keep going. You know what? We all make mistakes. We're not perfect. I'm leaving it in. This is actually not a pick a card reading video. Habit. This is a collective reading that I have decided to do. This just feels like the right thing to do. I feel like collectively, whatever comes out will resonate with a lot of people. If when I start laying out the cards and relaying messages, it's not really clicking with you, you can certainly click off. You know, again, don't force it if it doesn't seem like it's a good fit for you. But since this is a collective reading, you may feel drawn to it, you may not. We're just going to get into it. And if you're looking more for a timeless pick a card reading video, I have those on my channel. I also have other collective readings on my channel, so yeah, we're just going to get started. I might have to... I'm definitely going to actually have to look in the guidebook because they have stuff in here like, you know, it doesn't here. I don't even know what this is. It's the 6 of something. But I don't know. It doesn't say on here. And I don't even know if I've ever pulled this card. So it'll be interesting if we end up pulling that card. But we're pulling from the Cat Tarot today. I just felt drawn to do that. Also, like, purple is a big thing. So maybe a crown chakra is being highlighted. More of a being connected to source. We'll be pulling from this later, the Cosmic Dancer Oracle. But there's like a sense of needing to connect to source that's coming up. So that may or may not resonate for you. I always have difficulties with figuring out when things are maybe crooked on here. I was messing with this a lot already. The last video I did, the pick a card reading, was very slanted, but I try my best. We're just gonna get into it. Also, for some reason, yeah, I feel like being in a more chatty mood right now, which I haven't been at all today, so maybe this will be a time of being more sociable, which makes sense with it being spring. Usually people like get out of their dens and they start to do more. So I'm not surprised that that message is coming through. You'll be more sociable. You'll do more. I feel like there will be a time of really planning. Maybe you'll plan vacations for the summer. Again, that's very general stuff. So if you're like, yeah, anybody could tell me that. It's like, I understand. But what's something that's going to be happening, or what all will you tell us will be happening collectively for people who feel drawn to this reading? What will be happening this spring? And this will be spring 2026, but this is timeless, so if you feel drawn to listening to this at another point in time, you certainly can. Okay, this card was coming out. Should this be a signifier card? I feel like yes, but also it should be discard 1. Oh, and here's a 6. We just remember that one that we highlighted was a 6. I think this is the 6 of Pentacles. I'll pull cards. Well, should I pull cards or should I not pull cards? Should I? Okay, I feel like looking at what this one actually means, so let's see. And you can see the process of me looking through here. And I think it's the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Yes, it is. So 6 of Pentacles in reverse for that first one. And for that one, I felt like looking in the guidebook because, again, it feels like it's kind of a signifier card, but it's the first card. The messaging I'm getting more so is that it's the first card that should kick everything off. 6 of Pentacles in reverse can be about things not being balanced, especially when I think of relationships. It also can deal with not being able to be generous. Like with the 6 of Pentacles, it can make me think that you're not able to spend as much as usual, which I guess could make sense if you're more so planning for the future. So maybe this spring is a time more so of saving where you can. Okay, sorry. I'm getting messages that I should pull 4 cards. I didn't have an idea of what I wanted to do beforehand. I just felt like I should get going with the videos. Best way I can describe it. I feel like doing 4 cards, and all of them will represent different things to look out for as a collective for this spring 2026, or whenever you're listening over the next like 3-month period, probably 1 to 3 months. But yeah, because I'm trying to think of what else I'm seeing or hearing for the 6 of Pentacles being reversed. But I feel like the main message I keep getting is that even if money isn't tight, you'll just be like, maybe you'll be fine financially, or maybe money still will be tight, but I just get the sense that you'll need to or want to save up more because of stuff that will be going on in the future. If you hear that in the background, it's my cat scratching in his litter box. I'm going to keep going. Oh my god, the cat tarot, perfect. He doesn't always do this during these readings, so just take that energy. He's digging. He's like digging around in there. Maybe digging will come up, I don't know, but I'm not getting that for this. Just the sense that I'm hearing like you'll just live more simply as well. Like, this cat only has 6 treats right here, and they're chilling. And they're also like, oh, and it's like they're almost saving it for later, actually. They're like, I don't need to eat these treats right now. Even though they're on the floor with me, I'm just going to sit with them, chill with them. So yeah, it really is highlighting a need or a want to save money. That just seems like it will be important for like a future purchase or future vacation or experience. Let's go for number 2. What's the second message you'd like to have come out? Does this one want to come out? Yes, it does. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune reverse can also be about like not having as much money. Wheel of Fortune can also just be about like an era coming to a close is the best way I can describe it. So something that you, ooh, wait. Okay, I actually feel like for this I need to pull an additional card for meeting. I'll put it back in the deck, but I just feel like it's just for me. The High Priestess. Yeah, so it seems like really a message that's coming through is, there we go. A message that's coming through, I love when the Major Arcana comes through on these, just because it's easier to interpret what's being said. And my cat is distracting me. Okay, what am I trying to say? It just, oh yeah, a main message for you as well is that you'll be able to live off of less. It's like with the High Priestess knows that we are all one, we are all interconnected, and that truthfully what matters at the end of the day is just that our basic needs are met. So I feel like you'll feel very connected with that. Also, I wanted to say this over here as well. This is maybe an additional message, but it seems like being out in nature will be highlighted, especially if you live somewhere where it's colder and like snow will start to melt. So I see you going outside and really being grateful and appreciative of the nature that surrounds you. Also, I am going to pause it just because my cat is being so insanely loud right now. Okay, and he finished like 5 seconds after I paused it. Oh well. So maybe that's also messaging where things won't really happen in time, so you just kind of have to deal with what happens. Even if we talk about going on a vacation somewhere, for example, I feel like maybe your flight gets delayed. It's like, are you going to be mad about it? Or are you going to be, you can be annoyed, but you're going to be mad about it and that's going to ruin your trip? Or are you just going to be like, oh, well, I'll just be patient and wait. And with the Wheel of Fortune too, this can deal with timing. The Wheel of Fortune, especially how it's, how it is on here, it reminds me of a clock. So it seems like with the Wheel of Fortune being reversed, it seems like timing might not work in your favor, but with the High Priestess being here, it's also saying that a message for you is that you should just be grateful for what you have. So this isn't a time of forcing things to happen. And I'm going back over to here because something that's a key message for this can oftentimes be key resources as well. So I think Spirit is also saying for this spring, you may need to not cohabitate with other people. I mean, I guess that can be true. But you'll have to work with people who maybe or be around people who maybe you typically don't like being around. Does that even make sense? Yeah, so it's like being grateful for what you have, even if, like, you know what this reminds me of? For example, maybe there's, like in college, there's a teacher you really don't like, but you need to get a good grade in their class so that you can ask them for a recommendation for an employer or a future job, because maybe that specific class is one of the most important classes for you outside of schooling and once you enter into the workforce for the specific career you went to school for. So for that kind of example, it's like maybe it's like I'm hearing suck it up, you know? It's like you'll have to not play dirty. What's the wording? Just you'll have to maybe be kind when you don't want to be. You'll have to do things you wouldn't typically want to do. You'll have to just like bear through it. I'm seeing a bear now. The animal kind. But I'm seeing that as well here. So maybe this is also about like the shared resources, needing to put ego aside and needing to just embrace the moment and be like okay, maybe this isn't the best now, but in the future. There's a lot about planning for the future. So maybe things aren't going to be the best now, or things aren't picture perfect now, but it will pay off in the future. So just be grateful for what you have, the opportunities that will be given to you during this time, even if everything isn't perfect and as you'd like for it to be, is the way that this comes across. And that also includes the money that was first being highlighted. Like maybe you'll have to save up money for something going on in the future, maybe saving up money to go back home, I don't know, whatever it is, or for an additional class for summer school. Maybe it's not something you want to do, but you need to do it, or you should do it. So it's about like swallowing your pride and being like, this is what's best for me. I don't have to enjoy every single part of this. This might show up later on, I feel like, as well. So I'm just gonna put that in there. What other messaging do you have, Spirit? It's already been 12 minutes. That's crazy. I've only pulled 2 cards. Another message for spring 2026. Yeah, I feel like this one's come out. Okay, Page of Pentacles. Yeah, see, so this is really saying that your hard work will pay off. You planning during this stage, you like preparing things during this time will be very beneficial for you. It's not always fun to be in this phase because you'll just want to be in the next phase of actually doing the thing or experiencing the thing. But Spirit is saying that this is important, so really try to be grateful, as I was saying before, and try to not be impatient. Try to take this time to learn more about yourself, to learn more about, I think during this time, this planning phase too, you'll be able to really weed out maybe additional aspects you weren't thinking about before that you'll want to consider maybe leaving behind. An example, let's say you are going on a trip, maybe you were going to go with a friend and then you realize, you know what, I'd rather go solo, or maybe, things will be hectic. You won't be able to plan accordingly with this friend because, people have their own lives and people are autonomous. So maybe their schedule won't align with yours. So really, like in that instance, then you'd have to be like, okay, should I go with somebody else? Should I not go at all? Should I rearrange my scheduling, or should they, in order for this to work? Instead of just being like, oh, we'll figure it out later on. It's like, no, now's not the time to be like, we'll figure it out later on. Now's the time to figure things out. And so with planning accordingly, scheduling things accordingly, preparing, saving accordingly, that will be most crucial and beneficial for your future. Okay, now let's pull one more tarot card. I feel like going like, look at this. Is it the bomb card? I've been doing that lately, where the bomb card feels like the card that wants to be pulled. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna stay with that. Yeah, I freaking knew this would come back out again. I knew it. That's why I felt like putting it back in, not just like leaving it out here. Oh, I love that. So we have the High Priestess. Yeah, I think specifically, and especially because I felt drawn even just to this cat tarot deck, I feel like you'll be more in tune with animals and with nature. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you have a pet and your pet starts acting a certain way, you think that they're seeing something. They probably are. I think looking at animals and looking at Mother Nature in general, seeing the signs that you will be given will be helpful in leading you the right way. I also just feel like with this preparing stage, you really have to fine tune, okay, what is it that I want versus need? Like, what is something that will be helpful for my future? With thinking about the future, the High Priestess is saying your spirit guides are really wanting to help guide you in the right direction, which is why it's not easy, which is why it can be like, well, I don't want to do this thing. I don't want to do this thing. I don't want to schedule this thing in. I don't want to have to talk to this person. And Spirit's like, it will pay off. They're guiding you, and these things that you have to do aren't just random coincidence. They're things that are leading you on the right path to things you'd like to do. And this doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could just be about like simply going on vacation for the summer if you live in the northern hemisphere, or for the winter if you live in the southern. It could just be about, yeah, there's a lot of traveling stuff coming up, but also with the money, it's like moving. It's like, okay, moving, the process before and during, sometimes even after when you're like getting everything situated. Moving, as an example, is not a fun process, but Wheel of Fortune, could indicate that lease being up or ending your ownership of one home, going somewhere else. And with this new beginning in that way. Also, isn't it interesting how we have 2 Pentacles cards here and we have Wheel of Fortune, which is often associated with money. So Spirit is saying there's things that you will have to do. Also, it's about stability. So it's like there's things that if you really want to do them, then you'll have to do them, even if it's not something you'll enjoy. But in the future, you'll be grateful. And so it can be something large like moving, or it can be something smaller, just like saving up for a new TV or a new phone. And yeah, just being in that planning phase isn't always fun, but it'll be important. So you're being guided, you're being divinely protected as well. Pentacles energy is also very protective, so don't feel like if you're doing the things you're feeling drawn to do, nothing bad should happen. You'll be able to, like, even if there's road bumps along the way, you'll be able to figure it out. Everything is happening in divine timing, even if it doesn't seem like it. And future you will be grateful for what you're doing now to prepare you. Okay. I also felt really called to draw from the May North Botanical Oracle deck. I love this deck so much. I don't pull from it nearly enough. Like, personally or in videos, I just love this deck so much. It's so simple yet so beautiful, and I got it from the people who made this are from Canada. I don't even know if they've ever made any Oracle Tarot decks before or after this. Like, if you look on their Instagram and stuff, they don't have many followers, and they'd only have like stickers and stuff. So I got lucky to get this at a convention. Is the top one wanting to be pulled? So yeah, there's the pull between the top cards and the bottom cards. So that really highlights the Wheel of Fortune to me. It's like with endings come beginnings. And so right now you might be in that phase of specifically, it's weird because preparing and planning can feel like, and it can be related to beginnings, but also inevitably that relates to endings as well. So for some of you, I think it's, pretty 50-50. Some of you right now feel like you're more in an endings phase, but since it is spring, it makes sense for a lot of you to also maybe feel like it'll be a beginnings phase. But, as above, so below, as within, so without, everything is connected in divine timing. But this just further signifies, cycles, things beginning and things coming to an end. And I see you having newfound energy during this time as well, being very, hardworking. That doesn't mean overworking yourself or overexerting yourself, but just being hardworking in general. Okay, hydrangea, emotion, apology, understanding/views, feeling/connection. Dig deep into your emotions and share them and understand others' point of view as well. Interesting. I feel like what I'm gonna do is, let's make sure this is in frame well enough. And then I'm gonna pull a card. I won't keep it out, but I want an additional card. Is it the card right after that? I don't know. I'm just gonna shuffle. It feels like a lot of things are pulling me. And that could be the case too, where you could easily get distracted by things during this time. But Spirit is saying eye on the prize. Magnolia. Womanly beauty. Dignity, nobility, gentleness, strength. You can be gentle and strong simultaneously. Female empowerment is at its peak. Yeah, it feels a lot like, even though there's this kind of energy being pulled through right now, it feels like, yeah, I'll put it right there. And you can't really see it. Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna like this for now. This clarifying this. It feels like you'll be very hardworking, but these energies are very gentle and very calm. So to me, this indicates that you'll get the most done when you're calming, or when you're in a calm state. And feelings connection, I think, relates to, like, I think you have this strong desire, this strong pull. You know what's meant for you. You know what you want. So that's why it can be difficult to be patient, to try to wait for things to happen. But Spirit is saying to really connect with your desires from a point of view of understanding why it is that you want these things, and coming from a place of ingenuity, where it's like you strongly feel connected, but don't feel desperate, don't feel like you're in a rush. Come from a place of art. Like, if you come from the place of knowing that this is meant for you, or that it should be meant for you, and you feel at peace with that, then whenever you think about this thing, it shouldn't make you anxious. This thing you want to do, this thing you want to complete, this person you want to meet, this experience you want to have. So this comes from a place of really just already having that gratitude that we discussed earlier, and being happy already with the thought of it potentially happening, and even more than that, likely happening. For some of you, this is something that you know is going to happen. So, like, for 100% certainty, it's already all signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. And so, what I'm also hearing is nostalgia. So with endings and beginnings, when that happens, it can make us feel nostalgic, and it can make us feel vulnerable, and it can be scary to go through these new phases of life. So that's why Spirit is saying you can be gentle and strong simultaneously. Like, you can know that something is meant for you, but that doesn't mean that what you're leaving behind will be easy to let go of. That doesn't mean that this new version of you that you are embodying even is necessarily, like, I guess hopefully it's a better version than your past, but that doesn't mean you can't appreciate who you were in the past, what you did to survive, what you did to thrive, what you did to form connections with others. So this is a phase of being kind to yourself amidst any chaos. And also, if you feel vulnerable, if you feel sad about certain things ending, or even about, I don't know, you can grieve that. It's basically what's coming across. Grieve who you once were, grieve what once was. But also, it's okay to be a little bit scared about the unknown, even if things are completely signed, sealed, delivered, as I said. There's a sense that there's still uncertainty, and there's still timidness with that, and it's okay to experience that, and don't be ashamed of that being present. I think, yeah, so this is the Magnolia card. It's a very beautiful card. It makes me think of the word, is delicate on here? I don't think so. It makes me think of delicate, so it may be a delicate stage for you, but it's weird because I also felt like with these cards too, you may be more vulnerable with others, especially I'm thinking like family members or people you've been around for a long time, like friends with. I just see, or somebody who's experienced you growing up is the way this comes across too. It makes me think of the mom who sees their kid at college graduation. It's like, oh my god, my kid is all grown up, whereas the time gone. So that is a good example, because it's like, that's a good thing that's happening, but it's also something where it can be scary. It's like, what is your relationship dynamic going to be like after this? So Spirit is saying anything, though, that I feel like will be scary, it would be important to not only be kind with yourself, but I could see you viewing other people during this time in a different light, like in a more kind and gentle light than you used to, where you don't, Like, you give people more grace, because I think things you're experiencing and going through during this time will have an impact on at least a select few people in your life. And so allow other people to grieve, or allow other people to feel things, even if it's different than from what you are experiencing, or even if it's positive. Everybody goes through different grieving processes and views things differently, because not everybody is you and you are not everybody. Even though we're all connected, as within so without, as above so below, we all still are very much our own individual people. And so I think that's something just that's important for you to understand. So it might be good to confide in people during this time as well. That will help give you strength. And I think some of you are maybe afraid to be vulnerable during this time, or you'll be like, I got this, I know what to do. You can know what to do, but that doesn't mean you can't still feel certain feelings. So don't be afraid to talk to people about what you're experiencing, even if it's positive. Again, even if it's a really good thing, I just feel like needing to be vulnerable with yourself and with select few close people in your life will be very important. And I think also that will open up the floodgates for what other people are thinking and feeling around a certain situation that's going on that connects you to them. So hope that makes sense. Okay. And it's like spring too. All the flowers are blooming. It's like things are fresh and new. So when I say things are fresh, that relates to your life circumstances as well. Things will be fresh. Things will be new. And I just really have to emphasize again how if you're waiting for something to happen, you are wanting something to happen, like especially around summertime is the vibe, like sometime after spring. So, summer especially. And you can listen to this whenever, but I'm just getting that the phase of the next 3 to 6 months will be greatly impacted from what you're doing now. Even if exactly what you want to have happen doesn't happen, I still see something really great and positive happening. So I'm just hearing hang in there and things are looking good. Be grateful for whatever happens. If it's positive in nature, or if it's something that progresses your life forward, something that you feel helps you attain your life purpose, all those things. Okay, I lastly want to pull from the Cosmic Dancer Oracle. And we are going to see what shows up here. Okay. What's the final message for everybody listening to this? I feel like it's kind of both of these, but for different reasons. Okay, so I'm going to pull both. I wasn't planning on pulling two, but I'm going to pull both. And I've never pulled this card. Wow, how beautiful. How absolutely stunning. Trying to make sure this is less crooked than the other video. But whenever I try to do that, it never ends up really working out anyway. So, oh, did I move this too much? No, it should be fine. Okay. And I've never pulled this card either. 19, make mistakes. Yeah, Spirit is saying you don't have to be perfect. As I was saying before, you'll have road bumps. And that's also where the vulnerability needs to come in. Because maybe you'll feel like you've got this, and then you make a mistake, and you'll need to confide in somebody. But Spirit is saying too, like, don't look past the growth that you've already made. But also, even during this time, the things that will help you moving forward. Don't be afraid to celebrate them. Don't be like, well, I'm probably going to mess it up anyway, because that's no fun. Be kind to yourself during this time. So I'll actually read from both. That's so cool. I love that. That might be my favorite card in the deck. I've never seen that. Same with that one. Make mistakes. And you see how there's somebody, like you're kind of, you or somebody is dangling off the cliff. Let's just say it's you. But you're being held on. So that's like Spirit saying you're not going to fall off the cliff. It might feel like that sometimes. You might make mistakes, but like we've got you, everything is okay. And sometimes we need to make mistakes in order for us to be more connected to our life path, or in order for us to know what it is we want, in order for us to change course and then do something different or think different. So just don't be afraid. You might even think you're making, oh, my cat's in the freaking litter box again. Okay, you might think you're making a mistake, but it could just be Spirit guiding you in a different path. This doesn't feel negative at all. So I'm going to, just because I'm going to be reading from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it real quick until after my cat gets out of the litter box again. Okay, my cat, I think, is still in there, but I actually just checked the time. I do not have much time, so I have got to get going. 7, celebrate growth and breakthroughs. And sorry if this isn't going to be completely, like, in frame. Maybe I'll just keep it off here and you can look at the beautiful cards. Okay, it's time to take a break from all your hard work and to celebrate how far you've already come and how much you have learned. Lovingly acknowledge what you have achieved. And with that, I'll say I still feel like you'll be working hard, but it'll be in a different capacity than what you've been doing. Because when you're preparing and planning, that's different than actually taking action towards something. So it's like your break is from the doing and it's more from the planning. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay. It's wonderful to persevere onwards and upwards toward the pinnacle of your goals, but it's also of vital importance to stop now and then to appreciate the view. Yeah, so that's why it's like you're being guided. It's just things will take time. And I was saying about gratitude, be grateful for all that you've already done, all that you already have, and all that you will eventually have. It may seem counterintuitive to take a break and enjoy the fruits of your labor. However, you deserve to have a little fun, and this will in turn create a positive flow in your life. Your mind will become clearer, your body will receive a vitalizing energy boost. Yeah, I was getting a sense of a boost of energy. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that earlier. Your spirit will soar and your life conditions will begin to sing with harmony and positivity. And that's the thing too, I think you're so set on wanting, or like there's like this negativity that's kind of been built up around these 3 tarot cards. So Spirit is saying that don't just focus on the hard parts of your experience right now or of life right now and how you're not there yet. Don't just focus on that. Focus on how this is a positive for your future. Okay, take some time today to nourish your spirit by rewarding yourself for all your hard work. While you may feel tempted to keep striving, taking some downtime for relaxation and celebration will ultimately bring fresh excitement and enthusiasm to the projects, causes, and relationships that are closest to your heart. And it will help course correct where it's needed. Consider what form of festivity or reward feels most uplifting to your spirit right now. For example, you might schedule a vacation, invite your partner out to dinner, go out dancing with a friend, or make an appointment for a pampering spa treatment. For some reason, I feel like y'all aren't really the kind to go to a spa or like get a massage, but tell me if I'm wrong. Hey, Axel. Okay, sorry, my cat. Where was I? Even something as simple as taking a bath, preparing your favorite meal, or taking a walk in nature, yes, walks in nature, can provide the replenishment your soul so deeply requires. And also being out in nature, that helps soften you. Because like, how can you be so angry when you're looking at stuff that's so beautiful, right? And you'll feel more connected to your guides as well, and you'll feel more guided. Okay. Whatever form of celebration you choose, be sure to perform it with the clear intention to compensate yourself for all your many triumphs and accomplishments. Even if you're not sure of what you're supposed to be commemorating, rest assured that drawing this card indicates that a celebration is indeed in order. After all, every endeavor is made up of thousands of little victories. Discovering what you want and committing to the work is a victory. Yes, exactly that. Making time in your schedule for the projects you care about is a victory. Simply showing up and doing your best is a victory. That's perfect for you all right now to hear. Have compassion for and treat yourself... Compassion? That wasn't the other one, I think. Maybe? Okay. Have compassion for and treat yourself like a treasured child. Notice the many ways you have worked long and hard. Acknowledge that you've encountered many challenges and you've met those challenges. You've come so far in your life and you deserve to rejoice in all of it. To embody the wisdom of this card, dance your celebration. Dance alone or with loved ones, at home or in a public space, such as a dance club. Whether it's 3 minutes or 3 hours, let elation flow through you while moving to music you love, enjoying the time-honored tradition of dancing your joy. Remember, your inner child is the driving force behind your creativity, curiosity, and bold spirit of experimentation. I love that, because yeah, experimenting, that's part of the making mistakes. Don't be afraid to experiment. Do things, and then whatever feels like it's right or it clicks, you can continue doing that, even if it's different from what you would have originally planned to do. Remember, or even if it's something in the past you didn't like to do. Remember, your inner child is the driving force behind your creativity. Oh yeah, I already read this. Oh well. Curiosity and bold spirit of experimentation. These are the qualities that stoke your burning desire to expand and improve, but your inner child will rebel if you don't take time off to celebrate. When you reward yourself for all your hard work, every area of your life will receive an enlivening infusion of energy and inspiration. My cat is just feeling the energy today, I guess. So okay. I'm going to read the last part again. When you reward yourself for all your hard work, every area of your life will receive an enlivening infusion of energy and inspiration. So a lot of areas will be impacted, not just one that you might have in mind. Okay, 19, make mistakes. On here, make mistakes. Each time you make a mistake, you have the opportunity to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and then recalibrate and reassess the situation. This sacred act of soul polishing assists you on your way toward your most lustrous and fully integrated self. This is why the god or goddess, your angels, and your spirit guides encourage you to embrace the human experience of making mistakes with joy, openness, acceptance, and gratitude. Gratitude has been showing up a lot for you all. By drawing this card, you are the beneficiary of a cosmic secret. True success smiles upon those who are 100% willing to fail. Once you master the art of dancing gracefully with mistakes, you will know what it means to be truly free. Free to follow your heart, embody your power, and live your dreams. Just as a bodybuilder uses resistance to grow stronger, the cosmic resistance of life's obstacles, challenges, and mistakes will shape and mold you into your strongest, wisest, and most radiant self. Trust in the challenges the universe places in your pathway and head straight into them even if you feel you have no idea where you're going, what you're doing, or why you're doing it in the first place. Use your intuition still, though, and your logic, okay? Don't do anything that puts you in harm's way. That's not what spirit would want. That's not truthfully, like, their messaging. All your favorite artists and athletes started at the very beginning with zero mastery, and they made thousands of mistakes. Many of the most successful performers were told they did not have natural talent or aptitude for their chosen discipline. I love that that's showing up too, because I feel like that messaging resonates with you all. With maybe you've tried in the past. That's why it's like you've been trying, or you've done it in the past. Why can't it finally work for you? So Spirit's saying just don't give up. This demonstrates the surprising power of mistakes. Repetitive corrections create stronger neural pathways that propel you toward your desired outcome. Successful actions become more deeply ingrained when you're required to expend more energy to work for them. The same dynamic is at work not only in art and athletics, but in every area of life. A path of abundant failure precedes every path of abundant success. If you are not willing to look silly, unpolished, or unpracticed, you will never achieve mastery in any skill, practice, or area of life. So yeah, it's like you need to fine tune. You need to figure out what works, what doesn't, which is also why mistakes will be made. Things won't look perfect to get to where you are. And also it would be less rewarding that way as well. To tap into the wisdom of this card, practice the following movement. Stand on the tiptoe of one foot with your other leg lifted behind you. Put your arms out for balance. Then cross your eyes, open your mouth wide, and stick out your tongue. Wobbling and losing your balance is absolutely welcome. Whenever you come out of the pose, simply get back into it. Continue for at least a full minute. This card also comes as a reminder to forgive yourself for anything you think you've done or not done. If you feel wronged by someone else, this is a time to find peace in knowing that we are each doing our best with what we have in any given moment. I think that's kind of toxic messaging, but take with that what you will. We all falter in our integrity, behave without full awareness, or fail to have the purest of intentions in our relations with other people and ourselves, at least sometimes. This is evidence that we are alive. As long as we are here in this physical reality, we have opportunities to learn, grow, improve, and lovingly make corrections to our course. And yeah, it seems like you've had a lot of rough patches in your life, like from childhood, a lot of you probably have, but it just seems like maybe a lot of things haven't gone your way. Gone your way. So you have this rough exterior. So don't be afraid to go past that, be more vulnerable with yourself and others. And I think that could be a key ingredient here to help you. But really, a lot of practicing gratitude showing up. Money stuff still showing up. I think that's all I'm going to leave it at, though. You can reflect on everything I said. And yeah, I hope that this was helpful for you. You can like the video, you can subscribe, you can comment down below if you resonate with this reading. You can update your comment in the future if you'd like to, for us all to read and see what you're up to or what's been happening. You can check out my ASMR channels. Those are listed down below. You can check out my timeless pick a card reading videos and collective reading videos on my channel. But I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.